Hi Yoga Habit, Tricia here. I hope everyone is doing well. I am going to lead you through a wake up and wind down practice. It's a little different than a normal yoga flow that we would do at Yoga Habit. You can use this to help you in your transitions, especially if you're spending a lot of time in your home. You can use it to wake up your spine when you first get up in the morning. You can use it as a mid-afternoon energy builder. If you are working from home, you can also use it to help yourself wind down before bed. We're going to begin in Sukhasana, easy pose. You have a block or a prop, feel free to place it underneath your hips. You can crisscross your legs or simply just let your knees fall out to the side, bring your hands to your hips. Begin with a few deep breaths. Feel your hips press down. You can take some subtle shoulder rolls. Land here on your mat. One more inhale and exhale. Open your eyes. Inhale your fingertips high. Cactus your arms. Bring your elbows out wide. Spread your fingers wide. Seated mountain. Look up. Reach up. Cactus, lift your chest. Draw your elbows wide. Seated mountain, cactus. This time, swing your arms forward, round your back as you breathe in. Come back, cactus, really lift your chest, pull your elbows down and back, swing your arms forward like you're swimming. Cactus your arms. One more. Finish in cactus. Release your arms down by your sides. If you are sitting on a block or a prop, move it to the side. Place your right hand on your mat, on the outside of your right hip. Inhale your left fingertips high. As you exhale, reach your left fingertips to your right. Let your right elbow and your right shoulder be nice and easy. Come back up through center. Place your left hand on the outside of your left hip. Reach your right fingertips high. Inhale. And as you exhale, reach your right fingertips to the left. Tack your right hip down to the floor. Come back up through center. Lift your left fingertips high. Reach them to the right. Inhale back up through center. Reach your right fingertips to the left. Find a little mini flow here. Waking up your spine, coming into your breath. Release your right arm down by your side. Come back to center. And bring your hands to your thighs. We're going to take soupy circles to let your shoulders and your elbows be nice and loose. Draw your chest towards your right thigh. Feel the stretch through your left side body and then circle across to your left thigh and back up through center. Little soupy circle motions. The key is to let your arms be nice and loose. Really use your core to guide you through your circles. You can begin to lift your chest as you come up through center. Take one more, moving from right to left. And then switch directions, move from left to right. One more. Left to right. Tabletop. Come to hands and knees, stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Press down through your hands and your feet. Lift your low belly in and up. Find a flat back. On an inhale, drop your belly, look forward, cow pose. Round your back, look towards your belly button as you exhale, cat pose. Cow pose, tilt your tailbone up to the ceiling. Cat pose, round your back. One more, cow and cat. Come back to neutral. If you have your toes tucked, untuck your toes so that the tops of your feet are connected to the floor. Walk your palms, one palm print forward on your mat. We're going to press up to downward facing dog, but not the traditional version where typically I would cue you to tuck your toes under. Instead, if it feels comfortable for you, press down through the tops of your feet, lift your hips. Hug your ankles in towards center, stretch out your ankles, breathe in. Lower back down to your knees, breathe out. Lift your hips, press down through the tops of your feet. Lower to your knees. One more time, lift your hips. Untuck your toes, downward facing dog. Pull out your feet. Draw your chest closer to your thighs. Come to stillness. Sigh out. Lift up high on your toes. Walk your feet towards your hands. Land in a forward fold. Set your feet hips width distance apart or wider. Allow the crown of your head to fall towards the floor. Release. Halfway lift, forward fold, mountain pose, fold, halfway lift, high plank, place your palms on your mat, step your feet back, take a breath in. Lower your knees to your mat, drop your chest to your mat, keep your hips lifted. Up dog. Down dog. Lift your heels. Walk your feet towards your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Mountain. Fold, pull your belly in, halfway lift, high plank, inhale, drop your knees and your chest to your mat, lift your hips, up dog, down dog, inhale, exhale. Lift your right heel high. Step your right foot through your hands. Come to crescent lunge. You have the option to come down onto your left knee or keep your left knee lifted. Lift your fingertips high. Draw your upper arm bones back. Drop your right arm long by your side. Reach your left fingertips to the right, keeping your right knee stacked over your right ankle. Maybe you peek up underneath your left armpit towards the ceiling. Drop your right fingertips a little closer to the floor. Inhale, both fingertips high. Place your palms on your mat. Step your right foot back. Breathe in. Lower knees and chest. Up dog, down dog. Lift your left heel high. Step your left foot through your hands, crescent lunge. Inhale your chest and your chin. Drop your left arm by your left side. Reach your right fingertips up and to the left. Hug your outer thighs in, your inner thighs in towards center. Look up underneath your right armpit. Exhale. Last breath in, reach your fingertips high. Place your palms on your mat, step your left foot back. Inhale, lower knees and chest. Up dog. Downward facing dog, stay on your knees, send your hips back to your knees, to your heels. We're gonna move through a mini flow. It's 3 poses: downward facing dog, tabletop, child's pose. And then we'll go back from child's pose to tabletop to downward facing dog. I'm gonna cue the breath really specifically. We're gonna move through this nice and slowly. This is the peak of the practice. Then we'll take a few restorative poses and we'll be finished. Begin in downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale your way to tabletop. Breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. Full round of breath. Tabletop. Down dog. We're going to change this up to 1 breath per movement. Inhale, tabletop. Child's pose, exhale. Tabletop, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Move nice and slow. We're gonna add another beat to the movement so that it's a little bit slower. Be more conscious of your breath, pausing at the top and the bottom. Inhale, tabletop. Child's pose. Tabletop. Down dog. Tabletop. Child's pose. Tabletop. Down dog. Last one, tabletop. Child's pose. Tabletop. Down dog. Breathe in. Sigh out. Shift forward to high plank and lower all the way to your belly. Bend your knees. Let your ankles sway from side to side. Sphinx pose. Come onto your forearms, palms pressing down. Set your elbows slightly in front of your shoulders and press down through the tops of your feet. If you feel your ankles swaying out to the sides, zip them in so that your feet are on 12 o'clock. And press down through your forearms to lift your chest forward and up. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Release to the floor. You can take another Sphinx pose, or you can tent your fingertips beyond the outside edges of your mat. Press down through the pads of your fingertips and peel your chest up. Straighten your arms as much as feels good for you. Once again, hugging your ankles in towards center. Release to the floor. One more, lift up. Release. Lift your ankles, let them sway from side to side. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come to a seat. Extend your left leg long, bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Square your hips over your left leg. Take a seated forward fold. You can stay here or bring your left forearm to the inside of your left leg. Extend your right arm over your right ear. Place your right hand on the floor behind you. Lift your left fingertips high. Press up onto your right knee. Release to the floor. Extend your right leg long. Bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Fold over your right leg. You can stay here or place your right forearm on the inside of your right leg. Extend your left arm over your left ear. Tack your left hip down and back. Place your left hand on the floor behind you. Lift your right fingertips high. Press up onto your left knee. Release to your mat. Come to an inversion of your choice. I recommend waterfall. Press down through the full length of your spine. Lift the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. Flex your toes towards your shins. Release your legs down to your mat. Extend your arms long overhead. Draw your right knee into your chest. Drop your knee to the left. Take your gaze to the right for supine twist. Come back to center, pause at center, find a neutral spine. Draw your left knee into your chest, drop your knee to the right, take your gaze to the left. Come back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Lift your forehead towards your knees. Take a deep breath in. And release. That's it. That is our wake up, wind down flow. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you soon.